Today I'm answering your questions, and you've asked me why charisma is so commonly associated with leadership. So today we're diving right into that question. The reason this is such a great question is because charismatic leaders inspire others to want to come along for the change. Charismatic leaders inspire us to do better. They inspire us to see a different vision of the future. It's charisma that helps people get on board with what we're talking about. So first, I'm going to show you how to get people to actually listen to your message. Second, I'll show you how to get people to follow the plan. And finally, I'll teach you how to lead like a wolf. Rawr. The most important part of having charisma is getting people to listen to your message. So how do you actually do that? You need to first have confidence in your message. So finding that spark of inspiration, finding that part of the message that speaks to you deep down inside. Because once you connect your message to your passion, then you're going to be able to tap into that inner charisma. We all have it. It's just buried a little bit deeper in some people. So tapping into what inspires you, what gets you excited, what gets you jazzed up about a certain topic. So say, for example, you are really into live streaming, just like me, and you want to talk about live streaming all the time. When you talk to your friends about it, you become a different person. You become animated, you become excited, and you could talk about this topic for hours and hours on end without getting bored. That is the key to finding charisma. And that is the key to finding charisma in your leadership as well. So find that thing that you are passionate about. Find that confidence in your message, because that's going to help lead people to your message so that they'll actually start listening to you. Charisma can mean a lot of different things. So let me know in the comments below, what does charisma mean to you and your business and your movement? Now, if we want people to come along for the ride and we want people to join us on our mission, in our movement, first we need them to listen to what our message is, which is what we just talked about. But now we want them to buy into the plan. Now we want them to follow the journey. So how does charisma fit into that? Simple. Charisma is all about modeling the appropriate behavior, modeling what it looks like to be devoted to this cause. A lot of times, let's use live streaming for an example. A lot of times people will fall off the bandwagon, right? They'll get into their live stream situation. They'll do their streams every day for the first couple weeks, and then they'll hit a roadblock. And it may even be just the tiniest roadblock ever. But once they hit that roadblock, they lose momentum and they don't feel like continuing. They need something a little bit extra to get them back on the path. Now, what happens if they now connect to someone who is so passionately fired up about what they're talking about that plan? Now that person goes live every single day. They push through. They model the appropriate behavior for what our revolutionaries should be doing. Yes, I just called you guys revolutionaries. If you are getting people to come on your journey to do something different than they usually would, that requires revolutionary thinking. So I want you to model that appropriate behavior. I want you to be that role model to show them, even if there's a little obstacle, we can all push through. You think these tips are great and you want more, definitely hit the subscribe button. There's going to be new videos released every single week, helping you level up your influence, your authority, and ultimately your income online. Come along for that journey. All right, I promised we would talk about how to lead like a wolf. So let me give you a bit of backstory on this. If you study wolves and the way that wolf packs work, you realize that the leader of the pack is a myth. The leader of the pack isn't the person who's at the front. The most strongest or fastest or bravest member of the community is not the person at the front of the line. In reality, when you look at wolf packs, it's actually the oldest and slowest who are at the front. They are the ones who are setting the pace for the rest of the community. That loudest and strongest leader is usually at the back, making sure that everyone is there to move forward. So if you think about charisma and being a wolf leader, what you need to start doing is realizing that it's not always the loudest leader who is at the front of the pack. It's not always the leader who has to speak the loudest or be the most obnoxious or be the most present. It's actually the leader who is most consistent, the leader who shows up on a regular basis, the leader who can keep pace. I want you to think about, are you being a wolf leader, or are you trying to be the loudest? Are you trying to be something else? Because it's not always the loudest leader. Actually, in a lot of the work that I've done, a lot of the studies that I've run, there's a lot of value given to those who lead quietly, or those who lead from behind, or those who find themselves as members of the group who choose to take on that leadership role without overstepping each other. Well, finding space in your niche, speaking to your community, showing that consistency, that is when you're going to bring people on the journey with you. That is when you're going to see huge change. And hey, you want to see more change in your business? Then I definitely recommend hitting the links down below, joining us for the Visibility Hacking Secrets training. It's an exclusive vault. All the formulas and frameworks of visibility hacking are packed in there just for you. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with that incredible information. So join me. I will see you again soon.